All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Vlada. Nice to meet you all. And today we're discussing some interesting topics together with you. First, I want to warn you that I'll be distracted from time to time on my phone as I'm actively reading your comments just as you post them. So don't be surprised when I'm looking somewhere downwards, maybe. It's fine. So instead, thus, kindly asking you to be active participants during our webinars and also mind that we have 40 seconds delay on Zoom, but I'm sure that you are aware of that. So looking forward to seeing your comments and discussing the questions, the issues, the interesting topics with you. Okay, before we start discussing today's topic, tell me please. Oh, hi, Andrew. Great. Joined. Cool. So, Andrew, let's start with you. How are you today? How is your week going? What have you been up to? Tell me please about the things you do. Waiting for the comments to be posted. Yeah, okay. So speaking about myself, I can say that I'm fine generally, but as you can see, the weather outside the window is not that preferable. Of course, many men, many minds, but still, it's not, such weather is not up to me because it's raining, it's wet, and when it's cloudy, when it's wet, when it's damp, it's not, you don't have a like a great wish to go outside, to go to work in my situation. But okay, anyway, it's fine. Any weather is beautiful in its own way. Okay, Andrew commented, brilliant. Okay, you've been trying to study Adobe XD user interface software. Wow, Andrew, okay, how are you doing that? And like, is it successful? Maybe share some ideas about what is the most challenging thing about learning this new program. And as I can understand, you're interested in IT and all the stuff like that. So tell me more about it. How are you progressing in this, in learning, in mastering this skill, in learning something more about this program? As for me, I'm not, of course, like maybe now only, I'm not learning any new IT program right now, but anyway, my week is hectic, I may say, as there are lots of things to be done, and it's the end of August. So almost the end of August. Yeah, we have a couple of like a week or something till the end of the summer. And there will be new academic year at our academy, of course. So as I'm a teacher, new students will come, we'll get new impressions from the new school academic, from the new academic year. So Andrew, as I've mentioned, can you tell us more about the program you are mastering now, or you are learning? Okay, so Andrew, great, you are so active. That's wonderful. I'm really interested in the comments you're writing. So you were feeling quite fascinating, I see, despite the rain. Great. Okay, so you watch. Okay, so you started from video editing and currently it's web design. Wow, okay. So as I see, since you watch tutorials on YouTube, you do not go to any kind of IT school, yeah, or maybe you do not attend any IT courses, you're just doing it on your own without any kind of tutor or teacher or anybody professional in the sphere who helps you, only YouTube videos, only tutorials on YouTube. But I'm really happy for you and I'm really glad that your progress is pretty significant. That's great. Yeah, and tell me, please, you said that you started from video editing and now it's web design. So how do you feel about these two parts of your learning process? What was more fascinating for you maybe, and what was more challenging? Yes, video editing or web design? Maybe what is more your cup of tea? Yeah, if we can say so. Okay, so as you are writing, I'm monitoring your comments. Okay. So, what else can I add? Yeah, personally, I actually hate rain because it doesn't give me any energy, you know. In the morning when you wake up, you see this gray sky, this absence of sun and vitamin D, yeah. So it makes me feel upset a little bit, but today I knew that I'm going to start my morning in a really active way. So I drank some coffee and ran to work. Okay, so Andrew, do you have anything? Do you have anything to tell me more about your IT courses, IT practicing? All right. So let's go to our today's topic. So right now it's going to be here. So, okay, Andrea, great. I see your comment. So you attended, yeah, you did attend some IT courses. Only, I see, only for membership. Okay. Okay, great. Great term, you know, self-administrated. That's cool. I really love it. Okay. Great. I'm really amazed that you know, a lot of people are feeling a bit a bit down, yeah, when they tackle some difficulties, but you overcome those successfully, and I'm really amazed that you're so confident about what you're doing. That's great. So thank you for sharing your ideas, and let's go to our new topic today. As I said, it's here. Just a second. So our topic today is really fascinating, as it is about the 21st century society and different things that we can observe, that we can face there. So it's about equality and diversity. First of all, before we start and before we get into the topic, I want to hear your opinion. What do you think we are going to discuss today? So what do you think is meant by discussing equality and diversity. What kind of issues we can discuss here? What kind of skills, as you see, we're talking about life skills, leadership. So what kind of skills you can get, you can improve, you can master after and during our 2 days webinar. So waiting for your comment in our chat. Andrew, I really appreciate your comments that you are so active today. That's cool. All right. So what do you think is going to be discussed today? Because equality, equality and diversity in modern world is quite a generalized topic. And in general, it's like kind of wide notion. Yeah, it includes a lot of things, a lot of parts, a lot of factors, and so on and so forth. Speaking about equality, in modern world, we talk about man and women world and equality at work, for example, or at doing some kind of even physical work. So we're speaking about equality between gender equality, so-called. If to speak about diversity, it includes also a lot of things, and it includes a lot of subtopics. So for example, if we talk about everything to do with self-growth, absolutely. That's called burning out. Okay. Okay. What do you mean about burning out? You mean that we are going to discuss the notion of burning out today, or you are talking about my morning today? I cannot say that I'm burned out because I can say that I'm a weather-dependent person. That is why sometimes rain and gray sky makes me upset. But in general, I really enjoy what I do. But that's great that you are watching some kind of successful entrepreneurs, and especially Ukrainian ones, like Yevgeny Chernyak. I also watched some of his talks and interviews. He is really like worth following and worth listening to. Good. So coming back to our topic, you said that it's going to be about. I wrote it just in case. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for your advice and for your comments. I appreciate it all. Good. So speaking about our today's topic, everything to do with self-growth. Actually, you are right, because if you are aware of such important topic, or sometimes it's an issue as equality and diversity, it's really about self-growth, about self-development and improvement and advancement, in different spheres of life. Good. So let's see then what is in our today's agenda. So first of all, we'll have some discussion on the topic of diversity and equality. Then we will do some kind of interesting practical experiment. Complete it, and we'll of course discuss it in the comments. Then we are going to talk about such a crucial topic as discrimination and prejudice. Stereotypes also go there. It will be a separate part of our discussion. Political correctness will be also a part of it. And if to speak about self-growth, as Andrew wrote, Great. It's nice to be appreciated, Andrew. Of course, I do appreciate your activity here. I'm really thankful for such interaction with me. Great. So political correctness, as I said, of course, it's also about equality, diversity, because all of these parts are interconnected. Here also, we are going to practice neutral language, how to use it correctly. And actually, neutral language is about being politically correct. And diversity and equality as it is, yeah, the main points, yeah, the bullet points about these two notions. All right. So let's go to the first one then. As I told you, as I promised, we're going to have some kind of discussion. And here is the saying, we're all different, unique, and equal. Talking about this statement, this saying, what do you think it means? What do we talk about? Saying we're all different, unique, and equal. This statement is among the ground rules of the modern society, but is it what actually happens in reality? Yeah, this is the question. Do you personally agree or disagree, or how far maybe you agree with the statement? But personally, yeah, do you ever treat other people according to their skin color, social status, gender, age, income? Yeah, and with the question, which can be included into your comment as well, why is it important that everyone in the society is treated in the same way? So answering these questions, I'm looking forward to seeing you the comments in our chat. It's really like such topic, yeah, and is really important if you want important to know and to be aware about if you want to be successful in modern world. Yeah, as we know, the process of globalization has come, and you are now kind of global citizen. Yeah, and if you're not aware of some we can say maybe peculiarities of different cultures, if you don't know how to preserve uniqueness but be equal, it can be an obstacle on the way to your success. So waiting for your opinion in the comments. As for whether you agree or disagree with the statement that we're all different, unique, and equal, is it what actually happens in our society? You can describe our country's society, yeah, and you can talk about the situation all around the world. Up to you, your opinion. And also a very important question, why is it important that everyone in the society is treated in the same way? And of course, do you conform or confront stereotypes? I mean, do you treat other people according to their color, skin color, I mean, social status, maybe income? Have you ever had such situation? Okay, while you're writing, I can tell you my point of view as for this statement. So actually, yes, this is absolutely true about modern world, and we can see it not only among adult people, yeah, the difference and uniqueness, but also about teenagers, kids, yeah, everyone is an individual, is a personality, yeah, is an individuality. So And it is really precious nowadays to be unique, to be different. But at the same time, if a person is really is really different from other people, sometimes it may cause problems. So people are still not aren't still used to accepting people who are different. It can be, the difference can be okay. So yeah, Andrew, wonderful, a wonderful comment. You've mentioned the example of Apple's slogan, think different. Yeah. It's about their brand, yeah, and the values that should be distinct from their competitors. Okay, equality, it's crucial, and avoiding discrimination is the idea, of course. Avoid discriminating idea. Gloria's book, Seagull, Jonathan Livingstone, which explains the importance about being different. Wow, interesting. You know, I will note down this book. It's fine about 39 mistakes sometimes. Jonathan Livingstone. Okay, no problem. It sometimes happens. I understand you. Yeah, thank you so much. Really interesting idea, and I will read this book someday because it's kind of the question of difference, yeah, equality and being different from others is really burning nowadays. So the more you know, the better it is. Okay, let's move on then. Thank you for your opinion. As I told you, we're going to have some kind of practical experiment and discussion. So what is this discussion and experiment about? Let's see. So your task, as you see here, we have 4 sections on the slide. So your task will be to use a sheet of paper, of course, if you have it, or you can even use your smartphone. It's better even to use your smartphone and to text it right in the chat, in the comments. You will have some time to list. Let's take, maybe at least 5 people. Yeah, 5 people in one of these topics. For example, if you choose great writers, yeah, you can write what? You can write Jack London, William Shakespeare, Agatha Christie, and so on. So take one topic, only one out of 4, and list at least 5 people from this category. If you have time and if you have plenty of ideas and you see like you have something to say about great historical personalities, great millionaires, great world leaders. So if you have something to say about all the categories, please in the comment mention the category. Yeah, like historical personalities. You can even shorten it. I will understand. So for example, great historical personalities list, and great millionaires list, and so on. When you finish, and it will be something like in 2 minutes, we will see and analyze your list according to the notion, according to the problem, if we can say so, of equality in modern world and in history, as you can see, because we talk about world leaders, historical personalities, and so on. So waiting for the list in the comments. Okay, thank you for articulating the main idea of the book you mentioned, Andrew. Thank you. I see everything you're writing. So right now I'm waiting for your comment as for the list of people in different categories. As I said, you need to choose one minimum. And of course, if you can state, you can make up the list in all the categories. It's okay. So, so comments are coming. Oh, cool. So, millionaires Evgeny Chernak, Igor Rubakov, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and starting channel of a millionaire. Okay, Bernard Arnold. Wow, you know so many people. Okay, Tim Cook, Oscar Hartman, and so on. Cool. Do you have any ideas as for the other categories, maybe? Maybe historical personalities or great world leaders. Please mention, as I mentioned about the writers, yeah, so it can be William Shakespeare and Jack London and Agatha Christie and Arthur Conan Doyle and oh my gosh, even to take our Ukrainian writers, it can be Lesa Ukrainka and Elena Kostenko and Taras Shevchenko, Ivan Franko, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so you can list as many as you can. I'm grateful for millionaires list. That's excellent. A lot of names. Okay, so as we have your list, right now we're going to analyze it a little bit as it is an experiment. Yeah, so we need to see what was it all for? If to see, so right now, look at your list of people that you've made up. In your case, it's in your situation, it's millionaires list, yeah? Analyze, please. How many women are there? How many Black people are there? How many Jews are there? And how many Muslim people are there? So analyze your list as for these questions, these 4 questions. As you see, all these questions are about diversity and equality, right? As we speak about gender equality between men and women, as we speak about equality of people who have different skin color. Okay, writers, Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Theodore Dreiser, great. And his marvelous book, Financier, sorry. Yeah, okay, cool. So now, as you have one more list, please analyze 2 of yours, writers and millionaires list, according to these 4 questions. How many women are there? How many Black people are there? And write your answer in the comments. How many Jews are there? How many Muslim people are there? As I've told, and then as I've mentioned already, all these 4 questions are about equality and diversity in history and in modern world. I know. Okay, so great female entrepreneurs, for instance, Leah Borodina, Marina Avdeeva. Great. Yes, of course. Yeah, I've to be honest, I haven't heard about Marina Avdeeva, but I've heard a lot about Leah Borodina, yeah, who owns several businesses, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, something like Oh My Look and some others. Don't remember the names. Great. So analyze, please, your lists. As for these 4 questions and write your answer. How many women are there on your list? Yeah, so for example, As I can see, after you added female entrepreneurs, we can make we can draw a conclusion that you have 2 women on your list, 2 women among all men you mentioned. What about the number of Black people on your list? What about Jews and what about Muslim people? So how many of them are there? Waiting for your comment, and we're going to, well, I haven't heard about leaders in other categories. Okay, I see Andrew, but I'm sure that they exist, of course. Yeah, so my look at J-bar, right? J-bar is about Teroborodina's business. Yeah, that's right. Hope you've sum up all the numbers. I mean, as for the quantity of women, Black people, Jews, and Muslims, and waiting for your answer to discuss. Let's move on. So why we are discussing all of that? Why are we analyzing all these data about the number of women, Black people, and maybe other nationalities or races? As it is, because it's directly connected to equality and diversity, as I've mentioned, throughout history and nowadays. So have a look at the picture that I'm demonstrating. Australian aborigines were considered animals, not humans, until 1960. When the British took their lands, all local population was actually killed, and what's more, killing them wasn't a crime. It's a terrible historical fact about inequality, yeah. And I received a new comment from you. You remembered about a girl called Malala, yeah, who is a global citizen and is prepared to tackle all the issues regarding girls' education. Wow, interesting. So she's a girl, yeah, who is staying for, who is, we can say, expressing, yeah, the general opinion of girls about girls' education, yeah. Okay. So, all right. How about the list? How about the numbers? Have you analyzed your list as for the number of women, Muslim people, Jews, and Black people? Please let me know about that. We'll be really grateful. Okay, so let's continue talking about inequality and equality throughout history. But you know, if we speak about if to look in history, yeah, if to look back, we can observe the picture of inequality mostly, since people were different. It was considered to be not normal, right? So yes, she made a speech on TED Talk, and she asked Bill Gates to support her astounding ideas. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I think there are a lot of young people nowadays who are enthusiastic, yeah, about different ideas and promoting girls' rights, for example, yeah, and some special things related to girls' education. The same can be about, if to speak about even teenagers, yeah, just teenagers who are doing their best and who are becoming active participants of nowadays society. yeah, these ideas are really promoted nowadays. So let's move on. And during the World War II, a lot of Jewish people were killed. Oh, yes, it's also some kind of discrimination. So right now we're going to discuss that. That is, Andrew, exactly what you mentioned. During the Holocaust, in the period of 1933, 1945, that is World War II, 6 million Jewish people were killed in Europe. And it's terrible. It was 63% of the initial Jewish population of Europe and 1/3 of the world Jewish population. Yeah, that is exactly what you mentioned. You're a brilliant student, Andrew. Thank you so much for your comment. If you can give some more examples of discrimination, please feel free to share. I'm sure that you will lead our lesson today. So let's continue. If to speak about later times, yeah. So later, here we talk about populations in the Georgia area in 1830. You can have a look. Oops. You can have a look at the picture and see how many Africans, Europeans, and Greeks and Heroes lived in those times in this area. So if you have a look, we can see that the population of Europeans was the most numerous, even in this campaign by not letting Jewish. Okay, yep. By not letting the Jewish to attend their stores. Okay, great. You know such details. I mean, great. That's not about the situation that was. I'm really thankful for your messages, for your comments. You're super active today. Yeah, a lot of terrible things are connected to Holocaust and the history of Jewish people. Sometimes it's just crosses all the red lines, you know. So later, after 1830, President Theodore Roosevelt, who was president in 1901, 1909, said that in 9 cases out of 10, the only good Indians are dead Indians. And actually, that's not that's not a good, that's not the most optimistic saying, you know, I've ever heard. Yeah, let's look at some more examples. Waiting for your comments, reminding you that your comments are appreciated, and I'll be glad to read them out and comment on them as well. Please participate as actively as you can. Okay, so some more interesting facts that are not always optimistic. At the end of the 19th century, the US Army officer Richard Henry Pratt opened the first boarding school for Native Americans. He tore the children away from the families and diligently killed the Indians. Be careful, it's a kind of figurative expression, yeah? How? Cutting their hair, dressing them up, teaching them literature, political debates, and football. Everything that is Indian in this race must die, he said. Kill the Indian, save the human. So here in the picture, you can see the same person, but before killing an Indian, yeah, so-called, and afterwards. And we're waiting for your comments. And maybe somebody else is going to participate in our discussion, guys. Kindly asking you to be active and to participate in our discussion. So, speaking about the boarding school, yeah, you can see that the fact of inequality, yeah, was revealed in kind of figurative, yeah, killing Indians, and that's terrible because in nowadays society, in modern world, it is adequately accepted, yeah, that Indians can exist, and Indians are just different people, different race, but they are humans, so they must leave, right? Let's go next. Some more interesting facts about African Americans, yeah, so about the Black people. So until 1964, Black Americans were strictly separated. Pay attention to this horrible picture, yeah. For it's a wash basin for white people and for colored. It's something, yeah, incredible, not in a positive. So we're strictly separated from the white by law on buses and railroads, in schools, in restaurants, hotels, boarding houses, theaters, cemeteries, even cemeteries, where people are dead already, still they were separated. So cemeteries, parks, courtrooms, public toilets, drinking fountains, and every other public space. Some states required separate telephone booths for the two races. Some states made it illegal to give white pupils textbooks that had previously been used by Black students. Here, even from these two mentionings, you can see this huge kind of discrimination, yeah, this huge like how people made this huge difference, yeah, between just people who have different skin color. In Georgia, also, state authorities were debating a proposal that the US should maintain two separate sets of public roads, one for each race, and rejected the idea only because of its very expensive cost. So you see, if they had had enough money, they would have constructed a separate road for Black Americans, for people with another skin color. In modern society, it is considered to be huge, like severe, I may say, severe discrimination, you know. Okay. Okay, I have heard these stories about onions. So Andrew, I see that you commented that you read a book, yeah, about colonists who arrived in America, and initially devastated the population of Indians, you mean, right? Americans, some Americans are friendly with strangers and even negotiated with them. Yes, of course, it differs from person to person, right? It is about the person's mindset and all the things he or she and the way she or he was brought up, right? Okay, so universities were opened to women only in 1870. Here we're talking about gender inequality in history. And I suppose you might have seen this picture, or picture similar to this somewhere. So until 1999, women were not recognized as students of Howard University, but as students of Radcliffe College. In 1900, women had the right to vote in only one country, it's New Zealand. US declared votes for women in 1920, France in 1944, Italy in 1946, and Switzerland in 1971, the latest. So there is no country on the planet where women and men in similar positions receive the same salary, where women earn as much as men. Yeah, this is one more crucial factor, yeah, which where we face inequality. Even I've heard some kind of some short interviews of even our Ukrainian actors. It's kind of creative profession where everything depends on your talent, but still men earn some percent more, I think 20 or even 30% more than women in this profession. So yeah, it still exists. Okay, in Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, and Morocco, almost 90% of the population agree that a wife must always obey her husband. It's one more popular factor, not factor, but popular discriminatory idea, let me say, yeah. And almost 80% think that sons should have a greater right to their parents' inheritance than daughters. So from father to son, but not to daughter. Again, gender inequality. And economists calculated that it will take 81 more years to completely get rid of gender inequality. So we are looking forward to overcoming gender inequality, and I think that it will happen not very soon, right? Okay, also one more issue when talking about discrimination is homosexuality. So homosexuality was considered a mental disorder and was being treated with the help of electric shocks, castration, and lobotomy. Super terrible. It's like torturing people, you know. In 1952, the British scientist and war hero Alan Turing, who broke the Nazi Enigma code, was arrested and had to accept chemical castration as an alternative to prison. He committed suicide 2 years later, and he was given a posthumous royal pardon in 2013. It's terrifying factor, yeah, and terrifying fact. If you've watched the movie The Game of Imitation, there you can learn more about Alan Turing. The film is pretty fascinating, quite fascinating, you know, because it tells the story of these scientists and the process of his work, yeah, with this Enigma code, and how authorities treated him, yeah, how unfairly the authorities treated him in the end. The American Psychiatric Association removed homosexuality from its list of mental disorders only in 1973. In the Soviet Union, homosexuals were sentenced to 5 years in prison. No country accepted same-sex marriage until the Netherlands did in 2001. Nowadays, we can say that society is more tolerant and the media, okay. Reminding you that all your comments are read, therefore please take part in the discussion as long as you have something to share, if you have any thoughts about the ideas we're going through, please don't be shy and feel free to comment the ideas. Okay, let's move on. So, of course, religion, yeah. Throughout the human history, the greatest number of people died in religious wars. Over the past decades, the number of religious wars victims around the world is estimated at millions. Changing the religion is still a crime in some countries, for example, in Malaysia, where the death penalty is imposed for Muslims converting to Christianity. Yeah, if we speak about Muslims and people who live in these countries, of course, yes, religion is something something most precious for these people. Yeah, they can start praying even if they are in the street, but if it's time for their pray, they just kneel down and start praying because it's time for that. Okay, moving to the next part, yeah, of our discussion, is discrimination and prejudice. We actually started discussing it because different skin color, different the kind of different view on relationships and so on, all these can cause discrimination and prejudice. First, let's find out, yeah, what's discrimination? Discrimination means that a person is treated differently, unfairly, or badly because she is one of a particular group. People might be discriminated because of their race, age. I remember our history told us about Crusade and how million people in search for gold were killed because of their religion. Okay, yes, very good example. Thank you so much, Andrew. See your comments. Please stay active, and other people will be engaged too. Great. So going on about discrimination, yeah. People might be discriminated because of their race, age, sex, politics, sexual orientation, gender identity, religion, the way they look, lifestyles, choice of clothing, and many other reasons. Types of discrimination include, you can see the bullet points, there are a lot of them. So it's racism, sexism, ageism, disability discrimination, employment discrimination, linguistic discrimination, discrimination based on ethnicity or nationality, religious discrimination, homophobia, racial segregation, xenophobia, and many others. So it's not the final list, yeah, there are many others. These are some main ones. If we speak about prejudice or bigotry, it's a special, it's something different from discrimination because it's a special feeling toward a person or group member based only on their group membership. So their gender, beliefs, values, social class, age, religion, race or ethnicity, language, nationality, beauty, occupation, education, criminal record, sports team, or any other personal characteristics. And can mean either positive or negative evaluation of another person based on some specific characteristics alone. For example, if we say about the criminal record, yeah, the person was sentenced to kind of 1 or 2 years in prison because he stole something from the shop. And now people do not want to hire him, yeah, to employ him because he's a thief, yeah. But nobody goes deeper into the case, yeah. Maybe this person stole something from the shop, can be a loaf of bread because he or she had nothing to eat. So here people make up special attitude toward the person. If you were sentenced, that means you're a thief, you're a criminal, so you're a bad person, so you do only bad things. Kind of example to mention. Okay, let's move on. We will talk about stereotypes now. I think you're aware of this topic. There are plenty of stereotypes and plenty of situations where people are being stereotyped. So let's see, what is a stereotype? It's an idea or belief many people have about a thing or group, which may be untrue or only partly true. Stereotyping people is a type of prejudice. Yeah, so prejudice is really close to stereotypes. Sometimes stereotypes can be used for humorous effects, but they are also, oops, what happened? Sorry. Yes, but they also often become reasons to discriminate against another person. Oh yeah, he might have stolen it for his kids. Yes, exactly. Talking about prejudice. Yes, Andrew, thank you for adding the ideas and sharing yours. That's awesome that you are so active today. I'm really glad. So yeah, right now we're going to watch a little video which is connected to stereotyping people. And then we're going to deal with different situations that are about stereotypes. Let's see. No. So just a second. And we're starting to watch a video. Okay, let's.
Indian people smell like curry. Do we? I mean, I don't know. I've always been told we smell nice. I mean, I smell nice.
Americans are stupid. Stupid people are the ones that don't care and don't appreciate life. Those are the stupid ones.
And I'm from Indonesia, so Asians take pictures of everything, even toilets. I guess Asian people have the hobby of taking pictures of themselves.
Are Mexicans loud? I think we are, especially if we go out and we are in a party, we are super loud. Americans are fatter than whales. I think we have a 66% rate of obese people in our country. That could just be the GMO food we're eating, you know? It's good. We need wholesome, good food, organic. All Mexicans want to cross the border. Well, I tried twice. Actually, some Mexicans try to cross the border because they're trying to have a better life in the US.
Cows are more important than your own life? Yes. Yes. Traffic will be held up for 4 hours if there's a cow in the street because nobody will be willing to move it because Gai hamari mata hai, which translates to cow is our mother.
So they were some examples of common stereotypes for different nationalities, as you can see. Yeah, not only, as we discussed, Jewish or Black people, Black Americans, but the Indians, all nations are being stereotyped somehow, sometime. And right now, I want us to finish on some kind of interesting task, which is about stereotypes as well. So here are some common stereotypes beginnings. Your task is to finish this idea as you know, as you can, as you are aware, as you're knowledgeable, yeah, about. So finish the stereotype in the way you know. For example, women who drive a car are, who knows who they are? They are slow, maybe, yeah. Women who drive a car are slow. Maybe women who drive a car are crazy. For me, for example, because I'm not a driver at all. Then blondes are, continue your idea in the comments, guys. The last minute of our webinar, so want to see the comments you're leaving. there. Of a stereotype is a French language. Why? Many people face Andrew. Super cool comments you post. Many people face words like envoyer. It's read as envoyer. Oui, je peux parler français un peu. Yeah, I can understand French. And they have these prejudices that French is all about love, aristocrats, and magnificently gorgeous manners. One about American eating too much burgers and obesity is also stereotypical. Blondes are unqualified. Village people are okay. We have also some other things. You can have a look at them and finish them in your own way, writing your own example after the lesson. On this, we stop with you. Thank you so much for being present today. And one important thing that I want to show you, just a moment. It's a really great saying for you to understand that if you're different, it's fine. So, strength lies in differences, not in similarities. It's a saying by Stefan or Colby. Remember, be different, be strong, be yourself. Thank you very much for joining me in this conversation, in this discussion, and see you sometime later. Bye-bye.